Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is Alone Together Pittsburgh. If it's your first time, welcome in general. Thanks for welcoming us into your homes and mobile devices. My name is Patrick Jordan. I am your host tonight. We have been streaming at you live since last March. This is week 58, episode 175, April 24, 21, 21. Dave, am I right?
4/21/21, 21/21, 4/21/21. It's fun numbers.
Good. It took me over a year to be able to get that right without asking questions. So, hey, we're getting better at this.
Nailed it.
Are we? Sorry for the late start, everybody, but we will make it up to you with awesome talent and hijinks, ballyhoo, and a little bit of live music later. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight. Hill Jordan is going to be here. We're going to be talking about some brass. We're going to be talking about the SOS gig that's happening tomorrow, streaming at you, raising some money for people that are in need right now from COVID, and just about everything else going on with Hill Jordan. And then later in the show, we've got Aaron Hart tonight. Going to be talking to us about some new stuff, breaking some new knowledge from in the Buy Fresh, Buy Local segment that we have here every Wednesday, brought to you from Farm to Table Pittsburgh, FARMTOTABLEPA.com. So it's exciting. We've got a hot show, but there's a couple of pieces of housekeeping that we talk about at the beginning of the show. Ticking below me, you might see it there. That is our Venmo. And it's also our PayPal. We are at Together PGH. So if you have the means to kick in a couple of bucks, the money will go to the artists involved in the show on any given night. Anything you could give will be greatly appreciated and will go a long way. So if you could do that, that is our PayPal. Again, it's at Together PGH, PayPal, Venmo. Carrier pigeon will take anything. No amount is too small and no amount is too big. If you give $500 or more, you get to be a guest on this show. Think about it. Okay, now that you've thought about it, you might want to kick in a couple of bucks. Anyway, that aside, we're still here. We're doing it. I can't believe it's week 58. But one thing that we do here on the show every night, we talk about a little bit about the COVID numbers in Allegheny County. It is a pandemic still. Just because we might be over the pandemic doesn't mean the pandemic's over. So the COVID numbers for today, as I scroll, 340 new cases today in Allegheny County. Not as bad as some of the days last week, but it's not as good. It's not where it should be. I know the vaccines are getting rolled out, but still do your part. Still wear a mask. If you go into a restaurant, bar, anything, I know they're open. Please put on a mask. It's not encroaching on your liberties. We are so close to the finish line. Put your mask on. Keep washing your hands. Keep the social distancing going. Also, get the vaccine, man. Anybody that wants a vaccine over the age of 16 can get one. It's all taken care of. Find the place. You can just show up right now. The mills, they were just taking drive-ups. You don't even have to get out of your car. So please get vaccinated. Don't think that get politics out of this. Get the shot and go.
Yeah, I am if you let me. Hey, someone fucking stop. When you start talking to me, start talking to her. Yeah, right.
That's me, man. That's me. John Travolta. I'm channeling John Travolta. You know, show it again, Dave.
Yeah, I am if you let me. Hey, someone fucking stop. When you start talking to me, start talking to her. Yeah, right.
I mean, you should get the shot. Like he said. I mean, the only other thing I could think of would be like Dame Judi Dench. It's a global pandemic, so let's get some English blood in there.
Take the shot. I say take the shot. Take the bloody shot.
Just take the bloody shot. I don't know why that still makes me laugh watching that thing out of context.
Like a phoenix.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, Dave, you got anything else in there?
Setting the trap. Setting the spring in the trap.
Inject.
Come on, not this one. Come on.
That's how I felt. I don't know about you, Percy Jack, but that's how I felt.
Anyway, I was thinking more of like a cartoon version of my inner monologue.
Take the shot! Take the shot!
We got anything else in the cannon there, Dave? Or are we good?
Let's save it just in case we want some, spice down the road.
All right, that sounds good. Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, before we get to Hill Jordan and Aaron Hart tonight, I want to give you a shout out. Did anything happen this weekend, Dave? Before we get to some business?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, what's happening? So let me tell you a little bit about a sponsor tonight, Engine House 25. They're sponsoring our Lil Jagoff poll. Engine House 25. If you go to eh25.com, you can find out everything you need to do about some fantastic wines.
They got Mother's Day stuff up the wazoo. Look at that.
Look at this. You got Mother's Day, Chardonnay, those bottles right there. It says Happy Mother's Day on them. They are custom labels on fantastic wine. This is the perfect gift for mom. It's beautiful. It looks amazing on the table.
Look, that's a meat rose. There's a meat rose there. Mom's going to love it.
That's amazing. That's all I'm talking about. So, loving it. Fantastic.
Something for mom, something for you, something for the fam.
Go to eh25.com. Get these wines. There's something for you. They've got a wide variety. The grapes are from everywhere, from Napa to Chile, everywhere in between. These aren't like Mon Valley grapes, okay? Everything about this is made in Pittsburgh with the exception of growing the grapes, because we don't grow grapes here. We're not known for that. We're good at just about everything. Pittsburgh can finish it. Pittsburgh can do it, but I'm just saying grape growing is not our thing. Mother's Day Chardonnay. What more can a mother want? Am I right, Sue? I agree. So get on that. Also, here's a little fun, happy thing. If you mention Alone Together Pittsburgh, you'll get $5 off that bottle of Mother's Day wine or any other wine you want from EH25. Go to EH25.com. Get your orders in right now. They are also doing delivery during the pandemic, and they have curbside. You want to just pull up. You let them know you're there. Boom, in your trunk, mask and gloves. You're on your way. Like they haven't changed. They haven't varied since 2 Marches ago. But, the show is going to march on because the in-show poll is something big. There was some news today, okay? There is some news. Oh, yes. Eileen French Jordan is also a mother. This is true. This is true in multiple ways. But yes. There will be a bottle for my favorite mother, the mother of my child right there. So anyway, we're driving forward with the show here right now. And the poll, there was some breaking news today that was big. Okay. Big to take you out of it. That's right. My brain, it's like oatmeal. Okay. There's news today that a certain man is going to be playing a certain role in a certain movie. He's going to don that cowl again. And he happens to be from Pittsburgh. So Dave, tell him what it is.
That's right, everybody's favorite Pittsburgher, Jeff Goldblum, is coming to town. Jeff Goldblum. He's quirky. He's tall. He plays jazz. He's Jeff Goldblum. So let's see. What's wrong?
It's actually not. It's the other Pittsburgh actor.
Who's the other one?
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Keaton, everybody's favorite Michael Keaton, the man from Jurassic Park, Michael Keaton. Pick your favorite Michael Keaton. He's off, he's on again, he's off again. He's in, he's out, he's Bat Keaton. He's in, baby. Pick your favorite Batman movie. Is it Batman? Is it Mr. Mom? Or is it Gung Ho? Or Beetlejuice? That's Batman Part 4. Which one do you want? Your favorite? It is Mr. Keaton. The winner will go on to fight Jeff Goldblum. We're going to call him Jeff Goldblum and have our finale of Alone Together Pittsburgh. Spoiler alert, it's going to be Jeff Goldblum and Michael Keaton in person. Good luck with that. The poll starts now. I'm pushing the button. Watch me do it. Eat this.
All right, get your votes in right now. Dave, just if you watch the show religiously, which I'm sure you haven't, yes, Donna, Birdman. Okay, so check this out. We whipped out 4 differentiating Goldblum, not Goldblum. My God, Dave's got me doing it. Keaton movies. Now, what was left out, that was like at the cutthroat part, we left out Birdman, which I thought was amazing. It's one of my all-time favorite Keaton movies. And we also left out Night Shift. Okay, but we had to get it was basically, we knew Mr. Mom was going to be there, we knew Batman was going to be there, and then it was then Hill Jordan kind of like put some love for Gung Ho because of where it was filmed, right? And then Beetlejuice was another side of Keaton that people don't even realize that he was that kind of a guy, like he's trying to cut a deal here. So anyway, that was my lesser known line from Beetlejuice. Anyway, get your votes in right now. Tell us what you think about the Keaton movie. If you would watch the show religiously since the beginning of the show, we had a showdown. One of our hottest big overnight jag-off polls was Keaton versus I was going to say Michael Douglas because that's what his name was in Pittsburgh, but I didn't know him. So why am I doing that? So Michael Keaton and Jeff Goldblum went toe to toe. Keaton won that, took it all the way to the final 4. But anyway, so that's it. Get your votes. Dave, where would you stand on this one, Mansueto?
I don't like any of those movies.
You're lying. You're a horrible person. You're lying to the people at home right now. And you know what? More than that, you're lying to yourself. Okay. I am living right now Gung Ho, not Gung Ho, Mr. Mom, right? I'm basically living Mr. Mom. It's like I watched it recently and I was like, oh my God, this movie is very, very, very much still true. It holds up to the test of time. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. My brain, it's like oatmeal, Dave. Run that one more time before we get to the show here.
It's, yeah.
That's good. Never mind. Okay, so I think it's time to get things rolling. David, you are Beetlejuice, says Donna. All right, so I think it's time to bring this out. So we're going to do something a little different here right now. Hill's going to play some stuff for us live later on in the show. Right now, we're going to play a couple of tracks that he's been working on. We're going to give you a little taste of it right now. It's going to be, we're doing this on a different level here. So Hill, why don't you press play, give us a little vibe for some of the music, and then we'll talk to you on the other side of it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find him on Facebook and anywhere on the World Wide Web. Here he is, Hill Jordan.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
What's going on, Hill? Thanks for being here with us tonight, man.
Good, man. I'm good. Thanks, man.
So what were we just listening to?
Yeah, that was a tune entitled Morning by, actually, a guy that played vibraphone. He's a Latin musician called, his name is Claire Fisher.
Cool.
The tune is titled Morning. So it's about like the sun rising and that kind of thing. I did that out of Superior Motors, man, a couple years ago with Noel Quintana and a bunch of other Latin cats, man. So it was a lot of fun, you know.
Wow, that was when, I mean, it's crazy to say a couple years ago, because like in my mind right now, it was like last summer.
Oh, I know.
But,
It's crazy.
but we missed the summer in between.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but so that's cool. So you got a gig coming up tomorrow I want to talk about quick, and then I want to get into, you know, what you've been up to.
Yeah, tomorrow, man. It's a online streaming thing. We're actually playing at pianos and stuff out at Freeport.
In Blawnox,
right. They have I guess a club on the side of the store now. It's not open to the public. So you got to watch it online. It's called SOS, and it's a Save the Venues benefit. And the guy did it. He's done it for a couple of years. I think he did a rock installment first. He did a folk thing. So this time he's doing. This is the third week. He's doing it every Thursday of the month, and I think he had a rock night, like a singer-songwriter night, and so tomorrow night, man, is the jazz night.
Mm-hmm. So
you have the lineup there. It's pretty crazy, man. It's
oh wow,
Roger Humphreys, Dwayne Dolphin, Kenny Blake,
wow,
Tony Campbell, Max Leak on keys, Howie Alexander, Ken Karsh. I'm looking on your thing, man.
That's cool, man. It's there for everybody.
Well, and John Shannon is on it. I'm there. There's a bunch of guys. I'm the only brass player tomorrow, which is gonna be fun, man. Because I like to make these saxophone players work a little bit. There's like 3 saxophone players and me on trombone, so I'm bringing all my horns. I play soprano, alto, and tenor trombones, so I'm bringing them all tomorrow. And John Shannon is kind of he's organizing the evening. He's the co-owner of Con Alma, the really great jazz club in Shadyside.
Were they moving downtown?
Well, they're going to open one in downtown, right? It's not
yeah.
open yet. I'm real proud of John, man, because John is really, he and his partners they made there's a lot of people in Pittsburgh that said you can't have a venue that focuses on just jazz. Mm-hmm. That was the logic and the reason why a lot of venues didn't have more programming than they had. And when there was just about no clubs left, John and his partners opened Con Alma in this really little, fairly small venue in Shadyside, but it was packed. I think they were open 4 or 5 nights a week initially, and
right?
They were packed every night. So
that's what you want out of it. That's what you want out of a jazz club, right?
Well,
you know
man,
what I mean?
The thing is, they got it right. That's really John is a Pittsburgh guy. He spent a lot of time in New York. Came back a couple of years ago, but he's very much he's a part of the Pittsburgh jazz tradition, right? And there's I'm gonna say it. I don't play politics. There's a community jazz thing, which kind of started in the Hill District and emanated from there. But the Lower Hill District specifically, was the crucible of that. All right, you had 30 venues down there. And down there where that parking lot is, where the Mellon Arena used to be. Okay,
Mhm.
that was the Lower Hill District, and that's where the jazz thing in Pittsburgh kind of took place. And there's a whole long history of what happened to that. But
Right.
the point of it is, John's venue in Con Alma is of the spirit of the Crawford Grill and the Hurricane, these other places that are long gone venues, but they put the music first, man. And the food is exceptional, the drinks are great, the service is exceptional. So he gets it all right, and then he brings in
There
the
you go.
music. And there it is. And then the music, he's featured like on the breaks, he only plays music from iconic Pittsburgh cats.
Mhm.
You're gonna hear George Benson, you're gonna hear Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, you're gonna hear Billy Eckstein, you're gonna hear Ahmed Jamal, you hear Earl Garner, any of the shocking number of great jazz musicians that are from here. But it's he really gets it right, and he got it so right that they end up having to be open 7 days a week. And they were crushing it, man. The business was phenomenal. And then the pandemic hit, right?
Yeah.
And shut everything down pretty cold. And when they finally said you can open up and start to do things, you were experiencing that with your venue, with your
Right.
theater. The restrictions were draconian, so draconian you can't make any money.
It was a tough thing because I mean everybody was in a rock and a hard place because there was the health, there was the science, and then there was this. So if you're going to open, like in my perspective, we talked about this a little bit beforehand.
Sure.
In my perspective, if it's a 30% capacity plus you're still 6 foot distance, I got 6 people then I'm playing.
Yeah,
to.
you can't make any money.
You know what I mean? Like it would just be just a giant waste of it. So kind of we're in the process of figuring out, what we're going to do now, even though that there's some of the restrictions are starting to loosen up. We're still kind of in a pickle.
Oh, well, what we did is, John, let me get back to Con Alma because
Please do, yeah.
fan of what they're doing at Con Alma. And John's a good friend. And I've been so busy. I was so busy when they first opened Con Alma doing things like we had the right next to your place again, the Courtyard
Superior Motors
concert
Courtyard.
series at Superior Motors. I curated that. We had a Superior Motors, obviously. I don't know if most people probably know about it, but it's a basically Pittsburgh's only 5-star restaurant, and which is a diss on Pittsburgh. It's just that they hit it out of the park with Superior Motors.
I'm a fan, obviously, so I
Of
can't
course
really.
you are.
I'm extraordinarily partial.
You're in the family, right?
Yeah, right.
And so they hit it so out of the park that the first year they were open, they were listed in the Time Magazine 100 Greatest Places on Earth list.
Right.
And so
it might have been 50 actually.
What's that?
But I think it was top 50. It might have been 100. Yeah. Anyway.
I think they were in the top 50, but yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened is Greg Kander called me, who's Susan's partner, and he said, "Hey man, we have a lot of people waiting a significant amount of time sometimes for their reservation, and we have this beautiful courtyard and we have a bar out there for them, but we want to give them something else to keep their interest so they're not focusing on this sometimes long wait for the table." And I said, "Okay, you want some music out there?" He said, "Sure." So he asked me if I knew Kevin Sousa. I said, "Sure, I knew Kevin. I know Kevin pretty well."
Right.
He said, "Well, let me explain who John Fetterman is." I said, "No, I know John too.
Right.
I knew him before he got married." So he was trying to bring me up to speed on who was involved with it. Then he found out I knew everybody involved with it.
Right.
And he and I are good friends. So we started this thing kind of. I felt it was last minute, but he had a built-in audience for people for the restaurant needing a place to hang while they wait for their table. So it was pretty much a surprise to them. Didn't advertise it, but it was very, very well received, man. And
I remember because I would have shows coming up after you guys would stop because the sound thing. So I would shut off my stereo system in the theater where people were waiting for the show because they could hear you guys playing out in the courtyard. So then, so then we would, right at 8 o'clock, you guys would come down and then we'd come up. So yeah, it was a nice synergy.
That's a great way of describing it because everybody had a place out there. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
What you guys were doing was really, really wonderful, and obviously the restaurant was doing their thing, and we got to do. Greg said, "Bring whoever you want as long as they're the good players." I said, "Okay, great." So the first season was kind of. Now he called me the day before he wanted us to start.
Right.
in June.
Okay.
So it was a little challenging getting good musicians who weren't already booked.
Right.
But I know a lot of people, so I was able to pull it off. And then once we realized it was working, it was just, you said, okay, book out the rest of the season. And then the second season, we got a little grant from, I think it was First National Bank. Or
Right.
And that was really cool. And so we did it the second season. And of course, the third season, they haven't opened up yet because of the pandemic. But what happened is I recorded most of those shows and have been, it's one of my pandemic projects, right? Is kind of working through that and put together a compilation.
That's great, because I was curious. I mean, like I was wondering, because I mean, everybody pretty much in any art form kind of took a beating during the pandemic. So I was curious what you've been doing to keep busy while everything's been shut down. I mean, you can only play live streaming stuff so many nights. Well, look at us. We're on 180.
I have not done much of that actually myself.
Right.
I haven't done much. So, and I really feed off the audience. I think the audience feeds off us. So what we did do is, as soon as it warmed up back in 2019, I guess, the first year of the pandemic, we immediately started gigging. I mean, it wasn't like we thought about it, and what they were saying is that if you have activities that are outside in open air and people are social distancing and they're wearing their mask, you'll probably be okay. As long as you're not on top of each other, you're probably okay. And then the air circulating was helpful. And then obviously
outdoors,
part of it is just basic sunlight kills the virus, So we played a very solid amount of gigs that first spring and summer, man. We stayed pretty busy.
That's cool.
And it was people that really missed the music, missed just the vibe of live music. That hired us for corporate gigs at FIPS and different places. They would play in their cool backyard in North Hills, or their place on the north side of some rooftop deck.
Now they hired you. Now, question:
amazing venues, man. They were.
Is this
residences? But they were all outside. Almost all of them were outside. So
Hill, is this link that we have up here the best one for people?
That was one thing we figured out. Okay, we have to change the definition of what a venue is, right? We have to expand it from just places, these four walls, different places, and realize that a venue can be anywhere people are, right? As long as it's safe for them to be there, that kind of thing. So between playing those kind of gigs, we did some pop-up stuff at Millie's over Shady Side. It was really successful. Those guys are great.
Yeah,
and
Chad
heard
Townsend's
music,
amazing.
and we didn't really advertise it, a little bit on social media. Man, people came out the woodwork. They heard that music and they start just showing up, man. So
I mean,
and then who doesn't love ice cream?
Well, yeah, hey, especially Millie's ice cream, right? Chad Townsend's also he's fantastic. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay, good. I've been
I
trying
don't know
to check.
All
right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. So here's what's going to happen. Hill's going to do a reboot here. We're going to come back in and talk to him there. We're going to find out if what we've got here on the page is the best link for him. We've got facebook.com, Hill Jordan Slideworks. You know what we can do? Dave, while we're waiting for Hill to come back in, unless he's there, should we slip over to Aaron, talk to her, and then jump back to Hill? And he's going to play for us a little live at the end of the show. What do you think, Dave?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. So give Hill the heads up. So right now, we're going to move on here right now. I didn't even get to talk to Hill about the Michael Keaton thing. But we're going to move on here right now. It is Wednesday, so it is our Buy Fresh, Buy Local segment here. Tonight, we are in wonderment that Erin Hart is back again for week 2. She's going to give us a little insight on everything that's been going on, keeping it real and keeping it local. Here she is, Erin Hart. What's going on, Erin?
Hi, everyone. How are you?
We're okay. How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you. Am I supposed to talk over the music, or am I supposed to stop? Wait until the music.
It's tough. I can't answer that question because sometimes the music's there. Sometimes it's not.
So you just go with it.
Right now, behind the scenes, Dave is like punching the screen at my face right now for just saying that. I was just joking.
No, Hill's back. Hill just said he's back. So I
Okay,
could go
great.
sit. Yeah, so Hill's played at Farm to Table before.
This is amazing. We could talk about
Yeah,
that.
I think
Maybe
Eileen might have introduced us to Hill.
I think she might have actually
Yeah.
come to think of it. So here's what we'll do. He'll hang for a couple minutes. We'll talk. Then we'll bring in Hill and we'll all talk.
That sounds good.
And then Hill will play something for us. And I got some
Great.
questions for Hill. But I mean, there's a lot going on in the world of Farm to Table. 'Tis the season right now.
Yes.
Stuff's growing. Orders are coming in for CSAs. You got farm stands. You got all kinds of stuff. You got speaker series. You got all kinds of different things. But the pressing question that everyone wants to know, which one of those Michael Keaton movies, where do you fall?
What's my favorite?
You got
Batman.
4 options, but you can, what'd you say? Batman?
Yep.
He's playing
I
Batman
love
again.
that. I love that movie.
He's back. He's donning the cowl again. He's going to play Batman
yes.
in the
And
new
Prince
Flash.
did the soundtrack to that
What
first
could
movie.
possibly go wrong?
Prince
Oh,
did
yeah.
this. Prince did the soundtrack to the first Batman movie.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was amazing. You know, he wanted to play the Joker. He
Who,
almost
Michael Keaton?
no
Or Prince?
Prince wanted to play the Joker.
Wow.
He pitched for it hard, and he was like, he even like somewhat threatened to pull the soundtrack because he wanted to be, he wanted to be the Joker.
They didn't want him in it. Why?
They didn't want him to play the Joker. They had Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
who
but
played the Joker.
Prince.
Yes,
I
it's
know.
Prince. But he made the music video for Bat Dance, I believe, and he dressed as the Joker for it.
Now I'm gonna
So
have
in
to
the
go.
music video, well, Dave will probably pull it up before the show's over.
Yeah, you guys.
But anyway,
you guys are like
he's
a wealth of knowledge.
Dave's the wealth of knowledge. I'm literally just like a semi-talking head. I'm not really even talking. But so anyway, let's talk. What's going on? What's new and exciting here?
In the farm to table world, well, gardening. So everyone, we have snow right now. But if you had any like cool weather crops like lettuce, peas, onions, garlic, all the things that we talked about in our garden class with Doug Oster, you're good to go because they're all fine. Greens, kale, like all of those. We're also doing a lot of work right now with farms. So trying to connect, people to these CSAs. I can tell you that I'm working on a new USDA contract, and I reached out to some of the farms that we worked with last year. 2 of them are so busy that they can't do anything more. So that's how it's going so far. And I'm telling farms, like, you should grow. I mean, you should expect to sell out again this year because last year they all sold out of almost everything that they had. Unless they weren't connected to a market. So unless they weren't connected to a farmer's market or an online market or one of these food distributors that are around. So that's what we're working on right now, is just trying to connect as many dots as possible to help, these people like really hit their stride, and still during COVID too.
I mean, obviously during COVID, a lot of people kind of turned to their local farms, and
yes,
I feel, and I'm one of them, and I feel like that people getting a taste for it, pun intended or not, whatever, like getting a taste for this thing, I feel like people are going to stick around with it. I mean, it's better.
People are. I mean, it's been a year, so I've been looking at research, and there's a lot of people who are working on. I'm on right now. Thank you.
Welcome to my world.
Like wait, I know exactly.
You're about to
So
see
kids,
there's going to be a pepper sighting here in about 2 seconds.
my kids were working at home until April 6th. So now they go to school, and now like everybody has a sore throat, and my daughter has a cold. I think we all have allergies.
Of course,
I mean,
that's going to happen,
like
though.
paranoid about.
But everyone's been in a bubble for a year. You know what I
Right,
mean? And then
exactly.
for now,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like there's no mild.
So-
But anyway.
So the gardening. So another thing I'll talk about, like right now, what I'm working on is also, this whole idea of like getting contracts for farms and, helping them like get CSAs sold so that they can really, connect to people so that like moving forward that we have a new system. And I don't know if Pete is around, but the USDA just sent out. Okay, so the USDA sent out a comment section, like a comment request. They want people to talk about how the new food system should be and how our new supply chain should be. I mean, they're looking at supply chains up and down every sector. But I think it's just fascinating because, you know, Pete, when we were talking, he like Secretary Vilsack is the new head of USDA. And, you know, he's like from industry, but I think there's an opportunity now to really like come back different. So yeah.
Amazing.
So that's happening. That's
you mentioned Doug Oster. I know he's got I know his lecture series is going to come back in May with you guys. But Doug, when he was on the show, was it last week or the week before last? I think it was the week before last. He basically told everybody to stop planting your warm weather. Like he was like, don't plant tomatoes. Don't do it. Like he was like, what do you, I know it's warm now, but it's going to get cold again. And then he's like the almanac, and boom, there was it. Then it snowed like a week later. Can you hear me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So anyway,
somehow the mic keeps muting and unmuting. So I was like looking at it now because it's really Mother's Day. So you shouldn't plant annuals until after Mother's Day. And tomatoes, I saw Doug talking like they really don't like to be under 50 degrees. So, you know, there's no point in planting anything until, 50 degrees would be even later, like Memorial Day, like planting them outside. So I know a lot of people grow stuff from seeds. And I grow stuff from seeds too, but I also buy plants. And so that's there's a lot of plant sales coming up. Conover Farm has a plant sale coming up. Grow Pittsburgh. There's a ton of little garden centers and nurseries that are selling plants that will like be in the next like 4 weeks.
Gotcha. So that's cool. So it's coming. This is it. This is like the build up.
This is it. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
But also, I've been getting some stuff from the marketplace at Emerald Valley, and it's really good. I'm hearing an echo. I'm sorry. That's why.
Their stuff is amazing. I'm not hearing an echo.
Okay, good. Then speak on.
So Emerald Valley, their products that they're putting out, there's a lot of greens. So lettuce, I just had a bag of mixed greens that was all pre-washed. It was delicious. I bought a box from Kate Romaine's company, Black Radish, and I had a salad, and I'm pretty sure that green mix might have come from, it was very similar. It was delicious. And then they have eggs. You know, eggs are so abundant right now. It's not a coincidence that Easter has eggs.
They're so good.
Aren't they so much better? That
it's shocking the difference. And I mentioned this to you a little bit last week.
Any other egg?
But yeah, it's shocking. Like you can I'll take the Pepsi challenge with any of those eggs any day. Like you can tell the difference. It's night and day.
Yeah. So there's beans, and did you make anything with the beans, the turtle beans?
No, not yet.
Okay, so you have to soak. Have you ever used
I don't think we got the turtle beans.
Okay, do you guys buy dried beans, or do you usually get canned beans?
I feel like you're judging me.
I'm just asking. I know.
No. It's a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
And my kids keep running. So you have to soak them, and so I soak them for a couple days until they sprout. I keep changing the water, and then I pressure cook them, and they're so delicious. So if it's a great source of protein, and a lot of people like to cut out some meat or just add some more, healthy options. I make a black bean hummus that's the black beans, garlic, olive oil, and salt and pepper. You could put tahini paste in it. But my son's allergic to sesame seeds, so I usually just skip that. But yeah, it's really good. So
awesome.
There's a little free tip.
Yeah, there's a free tip. There's 2 free tips. If you got a kid that's allergic. Go ahead.
Look for the city paper. The 2021 local food guide is going to be printed in the city paper, and it has a list of farmers markets from Good Food Pittsburgh, a list of CSAs, and a list of the green grocer sites that through the food bank, the green grocer truck.
And that's out already. That's this week. This
Yes,
week's City Paper. Okay, great.
I believe so. Yes,
Right there it is, folks.
I should know. I should know that, right?
I'll take
Ask
your word
Eileen.
for it. All
Eileen
right,
would know.
I'll ask her. She's in the other room with
Yeah.
Pepper right now, so
Okay.
they're probably brushing teeth or something. At this
Get
point.
Eileen to tell Pepper, and then Pepper comes in and delivers the goods.
Yeah, that would be so cute.
Okay, we'll see what happens. The door is closed right now in my.
I'm sure they're both glued to the Alone Together screen too. By the way, on the big plasma.
This was the first time Eileen's watched the show, I think, in about 6 months. She just watched the first couple of minutes and then checked out. She just to break my balls a little bit early on in the show, and then that was it. But anyway,
That was the sound of the TV being pushed out the window.
It's just got thrown out the window. It's turning. It's like what's that Angela Bassett? You know what I mean? When he lights the thing on fire, the car walking away meme. If you had that ready, Dave, it'd be good. Anyway, Aaron,
Forrest Gump.
What else, Aaron? Before we diverge off of this and listen to some music, what else we got going on?
I think that's it. I mean, it's April 21st. We're right in the coming into the as you said, like right at the height of like the anticipation of the growing season.
So, I mean, can people still get in on CSAs?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The people they'll have their CSA signups open, and some places you can sign up anytime. So there isn't. But yeah, the traditional CSAs that are coming from like a single family farm, excuse me, they'll probably cut off their subscriptions like in mid-May. So it would be a great Mother's Day gift.
This is like the Mother's Day show here right now. We've got two Mother's Day conversations. We've got Mother's Day wine from EH25, and now we've got the Mother's Day CSA gifts. This is just Alone Together Pittsburgh is your one-stop shop for family fun. Look at this. We're ready for Mother's Day right now. Look,
is that the maypole?
This is what's happening. I guess that's a maypole. I guess that's what it is, and that there's no better way. Aaron, do you want to hang and say hi to Hill?
Sure, I'd love to.
Here comes here. I got. You're going to take a tree toy. Pepper's going to take a tree toy. Is the Farm to Table guide coming out in the city papers today? It is today.
Today, yeah.
Good night, ladies. So look at that.
Thanks, Eileen.
Aaron says thank you. So anyway, so that's what it is, folks. This is what it is. You think we have 180 episodes and 500 guests? This is a family thing. We're just working together here. We're alone together. Look at that maypole. All right, let's bring back in Hill Jordan. We're going to talk a little bit and finish up what we talk about. And everybody, don't forget FarmToTablePA.com. What's going on, Hill? Can we hear you? Can you hear me?
Hey, Aaron, if you're still there.
Hey, Hill.
I have some great video of our band playing at your event the last couple of years we did it. The big kickoff
at the convention. Yeah.
Oh my God, I have some really good video. Yeah.
Was that at the convention center?
Yes.
I know.
Fun. That was a lot of fun. And it's all
now. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Now I was going to say Farm to Table's in the Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show now. Okay. So we need to get a venue where we can have you play and like not have to worry about like, we get loud.
COVID.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah, that's COVID. I know.
But that's cool.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Hill, I wanted to ask you: is the website that we have up on your Facebook page the best way for people to get at you?
Yeah, that's it. That's for now. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Great. I was curious about that before. I didn't want to do that. So Hill,
yes, sir.
Are you going to try to? Oh wait, Hill. While we still got Aaron here, which one of those Keaton movies is your favorite?
I have two favorites, man.
What are they?
Gung Ho and Night Shift.
Gung Ho and Night Shift. Oh, because so you
Gung Ho because I grew up in Highland Park. We moved to Highland Park when I was 4 years old, and on Wellesley Avenue is the house where they shot that movie.
Yeah. So were you there when it was shooting?
No, we'd go by after school and hang out and see him every day.
So you were living there when it was happening. All right.
Totally. It was a blast. And then what happened is this new kid moved into town and bought the house. So they end up moving into the Gung Ho house. Yeah.
Oh man. That's awesome. I heard Mr. Rogers is speaking of like famous Pittsburgh. I think Mr. Rogers' house is for sale.
Well, let me tell you about Mr. Rogers.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Mr. Rogers was my Sunday school teacher. All right, take that. For a couple of years, when I was a little kid, he was my Sunday school teacher.
I give you the mic, sir.
It's funny stuff, man. And he was the same way. He was always like he is on TV. That's who he was. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, Mr. Rogers, forget about Joel Osteen, these big televangelists. He was the biggest televangelist because what he taught and talked about on his show was the gospel of Jesus Christ. He just didn't say Jesus because he couldn't, because it's just, separation of church and state. But he basically, he's a Presbyterian minister. And that was at this church called the Community of Reconciliation. And he was one of our lay pastors. And he was my Sunday school teacher. Yeah, man.
That's so cool, man. That's great. That's totally now it's totally shifted the vibe here because I was going to tell a story about me like drinking like 12 beers with George Wendt. And that one now I'm just like, I can't. You're just talking about Mr. Rogers in Sunday school, and now I just kind of feel like I should just roll with that.
No, tell the story, man.
I did this thing probably it's all going on 10 years ago now over at the City Theater. They did a thing called Celebrity Autobiography where we read autobiographies from famous people that were like ridiculous when you took them out of context and read them. And George Wendt came in for a week and was working with us. So he and I got to be kind of friendly. And I'm geeking out, but I'm not going to bring up like Cheers, but I'm dying to bring up Gung Ho, right? Like that's all I want to talk about is Gung Ho, but I don't, right? Because I don't want to like break that thing. So we're sitting at a bar. I think it was we started off at Yo Rita, the taco place that used to be there, and then we ended up like walking like down like basically every bar in Carson Street one night. And we were sitting there and we were something about the Pirates and we were talking about the Pirates and he was like, oh, Doc Ellis. Yeah, I love Doc Ellis. And he was like, yeah, I shot a movie with him. And I'm like, it was Gung Ho, wasn't it? You know what I mean? And then like it was my opening, like the door cracked open. Exactly. And I was just like, tell me about Gung Ho. Tell me everything about Gung Ho. Like what about this? What about this? Where'd you shoot that? Like basically I just so like geeked out, like a 5-minute freak out with George Wendt. But he was totally cool. Could eat a lot of tacos and drink a lot of beer, and but was total professional and was super cool with everybody who came in contact with him. There was no air of bullshit. He was like a real guy. That was the closest I came to Gung Ho. I mean, I met Keaton once, but like it was a different situation. I wasn't about to talk about anything there.
Well, the movie thing in this town is out of control, man.
Well, it's coming. There's 3 TV shows getting shot here right now.
Well, I was going to say, Denzel's been in town a lot because he's doing movie adaptations of all the August Wilson plays.
Right. There's one's up for the Oscar now. Another one's up for the Oscar.
And he's always telling people all over the world how the Hill District was so important in forming August Wilson. And so last summer, we're hanging out. This is actually not last summer. This is how time flies. A couple summers, maybe 2 summers ago. Right. We're playing at a jam session downtown. And this guy walks in with this like canvas bag on his shoulder. And I'm having a couple beers with a buddy of mine, his guitar player. I said, hey man, that's Branford Marcellus. He says, that's not Branford. He ain't nobody. He was that guy. That guy, he ain't nobody. Yeah. So that's Branford Marcellus, dude. And I'd heard Branford was in town because he did the music for the Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, the newest movie. And sure enough, it was Branford. He pulled out his horn and played all night, man.
Wow.
I got a video of that too, man.
Dude, I mean, see, this is the kind of thing, man. Like this is what everybody's missing with the pandemic. It's like not just it's just like it's like magic things like that could happen. You just happen to be there. Somebody sits on stage and plays in, and like I can't wait for this to go. And so everybody go out and get vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but anyway, Aaron, I know you probably got to go see your kids. But we're gonna hopefully have Hill play another song here. So I don't know if you want to stick around.
I'll stay and listen. Yeah, but I'll just like close my camera off. But I'll stay and listen.
We'll have. Yeah, there you go. We'll have that. All right. Well, thank you, Aaron, and we will talk to you maybe next week.
Yeah, you too. Let's get together. Let's do maybe at our harvest tasting. It's going to be outside in the fall. As soon as we find out the Steelers schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, dig it.
That'd be great.
Cool. Good to see you.
All right,
you'll find that out the second week of May. All right. Thanks, Aaron. Everybody, tune in every Wednesday for another segment that we have, the Buy Fresh, Buy Local segment. Checking in here right now, was looking like Beetlejuice is in the lead. I can't believe it. Beetlejuice, and that was the one that Hill was like, "No, we don't need to put Beetlejuice in there." I'm like, I think.
No. Beetlejuice has to be there. It has to be there.
Look, they're all good. I mean, he's great in every movie. I'm going to say this right now. Like Michael Keaton, that's the best Beetlejuice Halloween costume I've ever seen in my life. That was Dave Mansueto himself, folks. He rarely will bring up footage of himself on this. This guy takes it easy.
That's right before I got arrested.
That's Bloomfield, right? Was that Bloomfield, Dave?
Yep.
It's the
Bloomfield Halloween parade. Back when we could get together in the streets and eat candy.
Hopefully we'll do it again. Will you bring back the Beetlejuice? Do you still have the suit, Dave?
I do. I stole the suit. It was Tina's. Sarah from Tina's bought the suit, but then I stole it. I still have it.
Well, you're totally gonna get away with it because I'm sure she's not watching, but maybe someone will tip her off. Anyway, so that's great, man. So that's going. We'll give you the five. This is your last chance to vote for that. Hill, we're gonna try to do the unknown here. We're gonna try to have you kind of play your horn right now for our show.
Okay, I was gonna put another track, man, but I'll play. Oh man, I don't know what to play, man. I'm drawing a blank. Let's see. All right, let's see.
All right, go for it.
There you go.
All right, but don't stray far with your track. We'll have you play us out here in a minute.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
There it is. we just pulled it up a couple of seconds late, but that was it. Beautiful. So Hill, you've got the gig coming up tomorrow, and then the next thing will be coming up is May
6th. We're going to be at Con Alma.
Oh,
John Shannon has been trying to get me over there forever, and I've been wanting to get over to Con Alma to play.
Right.
But again, with the first couple seasons they were open, I was busy over at Superior doing that and other stuff, and I didn't have the time to commit to it. But yeah, I'm really happy to finally get over there. And
Hill, did you know Bud Crawford?
Bud Crawford. What do you play?
Somebody just chimed in. Miss Wildman.
Bud Crawford. The name sounds familiar. I just can't place it.
Great Brass.
Who?
She said he played great brass.
I don't. I might know him to see. He's from Pittsburgh.
Apparently, there's love that's been chiming down here. People loved it. Great brass. Well, the questions are gonna keep coming in. Anywho.
Well, speaking of great brass, one of the pictures I sent you was of me and Harold Betters. Harold Betters and I.
I saw that picture. Yeah.
Did you know Harold?
I didn't know him personally, no, but I knew of.
Man, Harold Betters was like.
Yeah,
he was Mr. Trombone, man. He was a very dear friend and mentor to me, man. He actually mentored my uncle, who got me started playing. And my uncle's 80. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, right.
And when he was 13, I think he was the first time he sat with Harold Betters. But Harold passed away this year. Thankfully, he didn't have COVID-19 or anything. He was he was 92, almost 93 years old, and was very vibrant up to the very end, man. I mean, he played his horn up to a couple of years ago. We had a big party for him when he turned 90 over at center of what is that place? The place on the north side, City of Asylum.
Right.
I
I've heard him play 10 years ago, but like,
hey man, Harold Betters, the two guys that basically got rich in Pittsburgh playing jazz, who never left, who went and did other things, other places, but never like stayed on the road, who basically were Pittsburgh based, were Harold Betters and Walt Harper. And they both made a sound fortune playing jazz in Pittsburgh. But Harold Betters played this joint on Shady Side before our time, a place called the Encore. And I met a guy, I think it was related to the guy that owned the Encore, and they called the Encore the house that Harold Betters built.
Nice.
So he played there every night, not every night, but like I think he had a gig that was something crazy like 5 or 6 nights a week for like 10 years, man. He had this really steady engagement that's unheard of to play any one place that long, and would pack it every night. And there's a story of one of the greatest trombone players ever. His name was J.J. Johnson. And Harold had to do something out of town, so J.J. came in. J.J. Johnson is like Miles Davis, Dizzy Gillespie level trombone players. Right. Awesome. So he was subbing for Harold at the Encore for a weekend, I think it was. And at the end of every night, somebody would come up to him and say, "You played pretty good, but you're not Harold Betters."
That's beautiful, man. I love that.
Harold had this enormous, solid following, man. Everybody Elsie Hillman, all these rich folks and other folks, they loved him, man. He played all the Steelers games for a lot of years.
Right.
What a wonderful guy. Had a sound that was tremendous. He played with Louis Armstrong, man.
Amazing.
That's how far back he went, man.
I mean, there's so much history with jazz music in general that's connected to Pittsburgh. I mean, you touched on it earlier. It's kind of amazing. It needs to be. I know it's been documented, but it should be documented again.
It hasn't really been. A couple things, man. It hasn't been documented
enough
really comprehensively.
Right.
One and two. The biggest the thing I'm gonna do something about this. You can come to Pittsburgh and spend a significant amount of time here and never know how serious the jazz thing has been here. But if you go to DC, you see 2-3 story murals of Duke Ellington. If you go to Philly, you see the same thing of John Coltrane or Red Garland and all these great, Grover Washington Jr., these great icons from Philly. Dizzy Gillespie, who I got to be good friends with, was from a little town in South Carolina called Cheraw, South Carolina, about this big. It's about the size of one of our neighborhoods. Right. But they have this beautiful statue of Dizzy in the center of town, with his cheeks all out and his horn. And then the big lot in the little neighborhood in the black side of town where his house used to be is torn down now. They cordoned it off, and the fence is made up of musical notes to like different songs that Dizzy wrote. And it's like a public park dedicated to Dizzy.
That's awesome, man.
So
that's legacy.
We need to do things like that, and I'm going to.
And not just for sports.
Oh my God! I mean, it's great to do it for sports.
Yeah, but not just for sports.
Hey man, if you look at the impact Pittsburgh's music community, particularly the jazz community, has had on world music, it's really, it's unparalleled, man. But we have to do a better job of telling the story, and so there's a handful of us that have been.
There goes Davu and Giselle.
During the pandemic, we've been brainstorming. We're gonna get some things done. Yeah.
Cool. Well, all right, man. Well, we're running short on time here, but good luck. Before we leave, I want you to play a little piece of that other track that you had there before we sign off.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, this was fun. That's a lot of fun.
Oh man, this was great, man. I could talk to you all night, man. I want to just pick your brain. Well, good luck with everything. I think we barely just scratched the surface here tonight, Hill. But thanks for being here. Sorry we had a technical glitch on our end.
No problem.
And so tomorrow, SOS. That is a killer lineup for tomorrow. So get there on that. And it's from 6 to 8. It won't affect with you watching Alone Together tomorrow because we've got because at 8 o'clock we've got Stacy and Herman Pearl are going to be on.
Oh, good.
Talking Pearl Arts, and Kate Romaine is going to be here talking about what Kate ate with her. She goes out to different takeout places every week, comes back and reports on what's been going on. Mandy says she loves you, Hill.
Well, I'm gonna tell her I go for.
She can hear you, man. She's watching. Oh no. Did we lose your audio again, Hill? Oh wait, you're back. Can I hear you, Hill?
I'm here.
Okay, great. Okay, so send us out with a little piece of music here that was recorded like on the opposite side of the wall from my theater. Hill, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Hill. Okay. Dave, I'm going to let him press play because I can't hear him. Dave, what should I do?
Just do the can't hear you thing with your...
Can't hear you. Hill, I can't hear you. This is the technical term. I can't hear you.
I'm kicking him.
I can't.
Hopefully
okay.
It comes back. We'll see if he comes
good.
back.
We'll give that a minute. So now's the time to bring this down right now. Tomorrow, SOS, Save Our Stages benefit. Get on it. Just Roger Humphreys alone, but that whole lineup, you got Hill, Rass. It's going to be fantastic. Dave, let's check out the favorite Keaton movie poll.
Oh baby.
What's
It
going
is
down?
done. It's over.
It's
I closed it.
You closed it.
Yeah.
So just tell me who won.
Well, I can once I get it into you right here. Here we are. Hang on. Oh, no.
Percy Jack.
That's right. Winner's Beetlejuice. There you go.
Winner's
How's that? We
Beetlejuice
can do it
probably
that
right.
way.
Okay, that's
rather
fine.
than kill time to wait for Hill to come back.
Well, we can't. So the winner's Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice ran away. There's Hill.
Is it? All right, you gonna hit it?
Yeah. Live recording from outside of Superior Motors on the other side of the bare bones black box wall. And he's going to send us off for the night. So let's just listen.
Did that work out at all? Patrick?
All right. I can hear you.
Did that work out at all?
That definitely worked out really well.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, man.
Don't worry about it. It was great. It was great. So anyway, check out Hill, get to the music. We'll be back tomorrow night. It'll be another hot show. Thank you all very much. Keep wearing your mask. Dave, is there anything else about getting a shot, Dave?
Yeah, same to ya. Urban jungle, jeez. What is that? That's a
Well,
Well,
I guess that's a perfect way to end the show. Well, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We'll be back tomorrow for episode 176. Thank you all.
All right, man.
shot did you ever take?
Well, I guess
Hey, Rocky, you're not happy with your life. It's nice. Me, I got a business going. I don't have to take no shots.
no one having gone more than 12
That's right.
rounds with him, and that was Jake Dale
Took
last
that
June
up
in
your
Paris.
business.
You were so insulted about it. Want me to take a shot? All right. I'll take a shot.